sauce.
Oh, yeah. Let's get saucy.
We're going to hit up our next topic right now, something that's a little bit more forbidden.
Yeah.
Okay?
Don't do it.
We have covered a few travel segments here on this show already.
Yep.
We've told you some cool festivals to go to. We've told you a cool little place you can go underwater diving for some sunken cities.
Yep.
This next segment, though, we're going to tell you some places that you will never be going.
Cannot go.
Nope. These are forbidden places.
Yeah.
Now, not only forbidden places, because there's tons of those, we narrowed it down to forbidden islands.
Yep.
All right, these islands you are not going to go to on your next vacation, and you probably don't want to go to these islands. Even if these islands were open, would you want to go to any of them?
No.
No. Yeah, looking at the list, there's might be one. There's one that's just like a remote geographic island that might be kind of cool to check out. It's a volcanic island, but the rest of these islands, you want nothing to do.
I mean, the travel alone to some of these would just not be worth it.
And just what's going on there.
Yeah,
you couldn't enjoy yourself.
No.
You know what's going on there. You know what's happened there. So for you to even try to enjoy yourself is going to be hard. So our list, we've narrowed it down to 5. We got 5 forbidden islands you are not going to for your next vacation. Number 1 on the list is Snake Island.
Snake Island.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, you can already know why you don't want to go to this island. It's called Snake Island because it is just massively overpopulated with snakes.
Yeah.
This is a island off the coast of Brazil, off the coast of Sao Paulo.
Yep.
And it is just overrun by snakes.
Infested.
1 snake per square meter.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
So if you have a dinner table at your house, you probably have about 2 or 3 snakes on your dinner table at your house.
Yeah, I think Googling a picture of this place alone is enough to make you not want to go.
Yep. For all of you watching, our production assistant Zamora has joined again.
Yeah, she's all about it.
She loves the YouTube show, bro.
She knows the people are doing something, so she's like, I got to get up there, show my face.
If you like Zamora being in the show, drop us a comment. We're going to give her our own little segment one day. Yeah. She is a trooper. She's great. She loves the show. She loves being out here.
She works for free.
She does.
Yeah, well,
not for free.
Yeah.
A couple cans of tuna.
She works for food.
Yeah, she works for food. But we love her. We love you, Zamora. Good girl.
We do.
All right, so back to Snake Island. It is infested with snakes. There's one type of snake there. It's very venomous.
Yeah.
It's called the
golden lancehead viper.
Golden lancehead viper.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I think it accounts for 90% of all snake bites in Brazil.
It does.
Yeah.
So it's a very venomous snake, and it will bite you. Now, what happened was the island was from the rising tides, the island got cut off from the mainland. So some of the snakes had gotten out there, and then with the water levels changing, it kind of secluded the island and blocked it off. So the snakes weren't able to return to the mainland. They got stuck out there. They just kept breeding and breeding and breeding. It's when you look at the island, too, it's not an enjoyable island. It's got lots of trees. It's very rugged. So it's not something that humans would even really want to go to.
Right.
So the snakes just took it over. And there's just literally tens of thousands of snakes out on this island. So they just don't let you go out there. It's too dangerous. You will get bitten.
Yeah.
And there's really nothing for you to do out there.
Yeah, I mean, some of these places you can have permits to go to, and you can get to if you're a journalist or a reporter or scientific researcher or something of those sorts, but this one is just strictly prohibited.
Yep, that's in Brazil. Do not go to Snake Island.
Yep, go to Brazil. Go to Carnival.
There's a island in El Nido, Philippines called Snake Island, which is a much better Snake Island destination.
Sure it is.
Number 4 takes us to India. This is a little bit more popular one because there's been some controversy and scandals going on around it.
Right.
North Sentinel Island in India. This is also a no-go place.
No-go.
All right. Now, even if you could go to this place, you don't want to go there. Why? Because you will get killed.
Yep.
This is not maybe or not. This is you're going to get killed. The people that live out there, the Sentinelese tribe, they've been living out on this island for 50,000 years.
Yep.
Okay, their ancestry's been. traced back. So they've been on this island. Now, what's unique about them is they've been cut off from the modern world since the beginning of time.
They're the last uncontacted tribe out there.
Yeah, well, they got some in the rainforest, I think. But yeah, this is like an official one, like, hey. And the Indian government has protected them.
Yes.
So you have a 3-mile radius around North Sentinel Island that is the no-go zone. Now, it's kind of like a heritage site because, like you said, it is the last group of people that are just living out there. No technology, no sort of modern amenities or anything.
And exactly. And one of the reasons it's so dangerous is because they haven't been exposed to, certain diseases and stuff like that. And if, somebody goes there, they contract the disease, it'll wipe them all out.
Exactly. And they don't want outside people there.
No.
If you even try to step on the island, you get met with a barrage of arrows.
Yeah.
And there was a guy named old John Allen Chow.
John Chow.
He found this out the hard way.
He did.
John, what were you doing?
Recently, just a couple years ago, right?
John, what were you doing, bro?
2018, I think.
Yeah.
He goes over there trying to preach the word of Christ.
Exactly.
And gets arrowed down.
This guy earned his spot in the Darwin Awards because you don't go to try to preach religion, Christianity, to a group of tribal people that live in India that don't speak English, that have no contact with the outside world, and you think that you're going to show up on their island and teach them about Christ speaking English?
Is not the move, man.
It's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard.
I don't like what's going on like in your mind to make you think, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I was born to do.
Exactly. And he was warned. They told him, don't do it.
Like, don't do it, man. Like, what are you doing?
He didn't he thought he was going to South Sentinel Island and he accidentally ended up on North Sentinel Island. It was like, do not go here. And he said, no, I got to go teach them about God. They need God.
He doofed it.
And he went out there and he was met, like we said, with a barrage of arrows right when he got to the island. And he died.
He paid the price with his life.
And these are barbarian tribal people. Like, there's no sort of, normal societal rules and regulations on them. They'll kill you. I think they hung him up or cut him up. I mean, they let everybody know, like, hey, don't come to the island. This is what happens.
Yep.
And they've tried to do other stuff, too. They've tried to, pull boats up and float things to them. They've been shot. They've tried to drop packages to them and stuff like that. Like, hey, here's some medicine. Here's some medical stuff, stuff to help them. They just reject it. They want nothing to do with the outside world.
Yeah.
So,
they've been around 50,000 years without it.
Yeah. So, North Sentinel Island in India, you are not going there, but check them out online. It's a pretty cool little place.
It's definitely interesting.
Okay. Next on our list, like I said, there's another island in the Philippines that you could go to. On our list, we have an island called Brother Island, North Brother Island.
Yeah.
Okay? This is right off the coast of New York.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, the reason this is off limits is because a lot of creepy shit went on there, bro.
Yeah, they had a chick named Typhoid Mary who had typhoid and was just a whack job, and all sorts of wacky shit was going on there.
Yeah. Now, this has been a whack job island. This has been a quarantine island. It's been a rehab center. I mean, basically, New York dumped all their trash out on this island.
Yeah.
So you had, back in the day, you had Riverside Hospital that was set up there, and they would bring out mentally ill people. They would bring out people that had drug problems. A lot of, they use it as a quarantine facility for a while.
Polio, tuberculosis, typhoid, shit like that.
Exactly. And so you had it as a quarantine hotel back in the day, and then once that was done, they changed it into a rehab center and a mentally ill hospital, Riverside Hospital. And then after that, they didn't want anything to do with it.
Well, I think the place also just kind of was deteriorating and shit, and it was just like...
Yeah, it looks exactly like what you would expect out of a horror movie.
Yeah, I mean, it's just,
It's this small, dark island with no real growth and the old kind of stony buildings. And that movie, Shutter Island, remember that one?
Yeah, kind of,
Leonardo DiCaprio?
Of course, dude. Leo's my guy.
I mean... They might have shot Shutter Island at
North Brother
Island because it's that same sort of vibe.
Yeah.
So out there, it was just full of disease.
Yeah.
You had, a bunch of weird stuff going on out there. You had a bunch of sick people, I think stories of ghosts and haunted spirits, and everything about this island was just disgusting. So they've locked it off. You can only go out there if you have a special permit.
Yeah, it's a bird sanctuary now. So I think scientists or whatever studying the birds, you can go out there. It's not strictly forbidden, but you have to go through a government permit process, and you got to be allowed on there and stuff like that. So
Yeah, you can't just pull your boat up and go have a little afternoon picnic at North Brother.
No, you cannot.
But where you can have a picnic on Brother Islands, if you ever go out to El Nido, there is a super badass little private island out there that my boy owns, Brother Island. Shout out to my boy Ali.
Yeah, we had some of our good friends' wedding there that Zuki set up for us. Zach and Shay, shout out to them. That was amazing, man. That was amazing.
It was.
Private island, just...
So that's Brother Island in El Nido, Philippines. You do want to go there, and you do not want to go to North Brother Island, New York.
You do. Maybe wait a little while if you want to go there to the Philippines still, though.
Yeah. Well, if they ever let your ass in.
If they ever let you back in, you should go.
Jeez.
Probably should have went when we went.
Yep, exactly.
So.
All right. So that was number 3 on our list. We got 2 more places you shouldn't go. And the next one on our list is a lot like North Brother Island.
Yeah, very similar. A little darker, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, but similar.
Yeah, very similar vibe. But this one is across the world in the Mediterranean Sea in Greece. All right, this one is called...
Venice.
Oh, sorry, Venice.
Yeah.
Sorry, Venice, Italy, you're right. This is called Poveglia.
Correct.
Poveglia Island. Sorry, Poveglia. Poveglia Island, near Venice. Same thing. In the 18th century, it was set up for plague victims. This was kind of standard back in the day.
Yeah, very similar situation, Brother Island.
Well, this has kind of just been things humans do all the time. Like, that's kind of how Australia was founded, too. Like, all the criminals and shit. Let's just
throw them over there on that big fucking dangerous wild animal infested island. And
throw them on an island.
Yeah.
So they did the same thing with the plague people and the same thing with all these sick people back in the day. They used it as a plague center, and they sent all the plague people there in the 18th century.
Yep.
Next century, in 19th century, they started doing they started doing human experiments out there on mentally ill patients.
Yep.
So it was set up as like a mentally ill psych ward.
Yeah, psych ward, mental institute, where they were doing testing different stuff on them. I'm sure like electroshock therapy, all that kind of stuff was going down.
Shutter Island type shit.
Just some wacky shit, right?
So all these weird experiments were going on out there. There was reports of torture and electroshock therapy and all this weird stuff going on out there. That was shut down, and now it's just an island that, you can't go to.
Yep.
The Italian government has shut it down. You can't go out there, and it's the same thing like North Brother Island.
Yeah.
Lots of bad things went on out there, and it's just kind of something they don't...
Well, right. I think they just want you to kind of forget about it, right? They're like, they just forbid you more for the sense that like, some bad shit was going on here. We don't want people remembering, so we just tell people they can't go.
Right.
So then it's like, can't go. People are eventually maybe going to just forget it exists.
Right. Seems like they'd probably like remodel it or something at some point,
Yeah, I mean, if it's worth it.
Well, I don't know. The island itself isn't anything great. It's not like a tourist destination. No. But it is an island. It's like Alcatraz in San Francisco.
Sure.
It's just sitting there. They're not going to use it for a prison again, so... But... and the last one on our list is something completely different than all the other ones. This is just a natural nature reserve.
Yep.
It's called Heard Island. It's owned by the Australian government. It's way down south.
It's an Antarctic island that's owned by the Australian government.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It just looks like a big glacier, more or less.
It's like a volcanic island, right?
Yeah, it's a volcanic island. They own it. The Australian government owns it. There's nothing there except for just a lot of natural geophysical stuff. So
penguins.
There's some penguins there.
There's penguins.
So they've just blocked it off and they're preserving it for nature reasons. Like you said, there is an active volcano there. Penguins, there's a lot of like biodiversity, and they just don't want it spoiled. So they've blocked it off for the rest of the world. You can't go there.
And I think it's also one of the most remote islands in the world as well.
Yeah, it's way
So
down there.
It's far.
From like the location, if you know where Madagascar is down there and Antarctica at the bottom, it's almost all the way to Antarctica from Madagascar.
It's like 2/3 of the way to Antarctica.
Yeah, it's down there.
Yeah, it's far.
So that's Herd Island, and those are our 5 islands you will not be going to for your next vacation.
Don't go.
No.